So I've been saying for a while now, I've not believed the science when it says that the Earth has been here billions of years old, or it's been here a billion years, 3.4 billion, whatever number they pull out of their hat at whatever given moment. And actually, I'm not the only one that says that. So I was interested to see that. And I'm saying this because it's all worked for, not that all scientists are wicked, of course not, they're not, but many of them come from secret societies and occultism, and so it benefits them to do everything they can to dispute the Bible in any way they can, and yet the very things that they use to determine how old the earth is, well, are flawed. And many people have written about this, and actually it's not, this doesn't go all the way back. So it was in the 19th century that scientists started coming along wanting to disprove the Bible. But prior to that, scientists pretty much agreed that the earth's been here 6,000 years. So I think that's interesting because by this big lie that's been, pushed that the earth has been here millions of years, and I'll explain what their data says, and this isn't the only article, there's been many, is that it's a great way to, first of all, everything is about wanting to destroy America, and unfortunately there's many Americans that want to destroy America, go figure. But so, for instance, and this isn't trying to go after the Native American Indians, because I know that some of them were here, but were they arriving at the same time other people were? Okay, because what's been pushed, and believe me, I'm not trying to take away from any Native Americans. I'm just trying to keep it real here, because it's interesting that for the Vikings that came here, that goes back to 1050, something like that the Vikings were here. Okay. But then you'll read how, no, the Indians were here 20,000 years ago. They don't have an exact date for them. So I'm not saying that I'm just saying that what if everybody really was arriving around the same time? Okay. Just a thought. Okay. But no, we always have to make America look racist and horrible, and that she stole this land from people. And so then it's great. You get the science and says, oh, the earth's been here billions of years. Then it disputes the Bible, which they're just bullshitters. And then you could say, you can create this entire story that's all based on a lot of falsehoods. Because if the earth has only been here 6, 7, maybe at the most 10,000 years, then there wouldn't have been any Indians coming here 20,000 years ago, because the earth wouldn't have even been created yet. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the Indians, it's just we've been told forever that America, the Pilgrims and these people, that they were horrible people. And I'm not saying there weren't horrible people coming from England trying to, cause a bunch of havoc, not saying that. But at the same time, when you say that, yeah, we know the exact year the Vikings came here, but you just say, oh, the Indians 20,000 years ago, yet biblically that doesn't align, then that's a problem. I mean, most people would be fine with it because, they follow a different path. Radiometric dating techniques are touted as the final proof that Earth is billions of years old. However, a closer look reveals that radiometric dating is driven by subjective presumptions made by the researcher. These presumptions allow the study to conclude any date expected or desired simply by the adjustment of variables or presumptions. These subjective presumptions combined with unknown variables combine to be fatal to any radiometric dating conclusions. Centuries before radiometric dating was conceived and throughout much of the recorded human history, scientists widely concurred that the creation of the Earth and the universe were quite recent. Scientists presumed the Earth and universe to be about 6,000 years old, based on the calculations detailed in the book of Genesis of the Bible. Additionally, the recorded genealogies going from Adam to Jesus also supported this determination. However, largely beginning in the late 19th century, scientists began to question the age defined by biblical accounts. Physical evidence, primarily from geological formations, pointed to ancient Earth that did not coincide with biblical accounts of a young Earth. So to keep it simple, each chemical element such as potassium, uranium is made up of atoms. Some variation of elements such as potassium 40 and uranium 238 are unstable and over time will decay into another element. The original element is called the parent and the resulting element is called the daughter. Scientists can take a sample and measure the amounts of the parent and the daughter elements it contains, along with the current rate of decay. Using this formation, they calculate an age for the rock. The calculation is based on three basic assumptions. 1, that the original number of parent atoms are known. 2, that the rate of decay was constant over time. And 3, that the daughter atoms were all produced by radioactive decay. However, if one or more of these assumptions is wrong, then the calculated age is inaccurate. While there is not space here to delve into the details of these assumptions, we can look at test results and see whether they are faulty. In 1986, when Mount St. Helens erupted, new rock was formed, which, when tested in 1996, yielded a radiometric age of 350,000 years. This was clearly inaccurate since rock had been observed to be only 10 years old. Similarly, rock from volcano in New Zealand in 1954 was known to be less than 50 years old, but yielded a radiometric age of 3.5 million years. Even in our own Grand Canyon, rock located at the rim, which was formed by a recent lava flow, dated to 1,143 billion years, the same age as the older rocks deep below the canyon wall, which is clearly an impossibility. Scientists have even found that using different tests on the same rock samples yield vastly different ages. When zircon crystals from New Mexico were tested, the uranium lead decay gave an age of 1.5 billion years, while measuring the amount of helium that had leaked out of the crystals gave an age of 6,000 years. The rock, which was tested on the mount in New Zealand, also gave vastly different ages depending on which dating methods was used. What does this all mean? If it is true that these dating methods are inaccurate, which the evidence seems to suggest, then we have cause to doubt much of the secular story regarding Earth history and life on Earth, the story being taught by a vast majority of institutions in the United States. Dinosaurs and other artifacts, which are told are millions of years old, may not be so ancient after all. It goes much further, but obviously I don't really have time. But it goes into how the radioactive rocks offer similar. Like, this has all been. It's pretty easy to debunk, and it's easy to debunk because it's based on what their assumptions are. But then what the news does, just like the news, lies about everything, and the universities, of course, just go along with everything. They just push the false narrative. So this is showing like an hourglass system, and it goes more into it. I just don't have time. It says, unlike the hourglass, where its two bowls are sealed, the radioactive clock in rocks is open to contamination by gain or loss of a parent or daughter isotopes. So in the end, the point is that just because the science says it's done and it's a proven deal, no, since it was late 1900 when the science decided, no, the Earth has been here billions of years. Bullshit.